Hi, welcome to CAPS. Today we'll be learning in-text citations. My name is Mitchell Hoken. I'm a Japanese and writing tutor, and you can find me at the WLC all the time. In-text citations are really important because nearly every formal research paper you do is going to require that you cite your sources within the text, in addition to the bibliography at the end. Let's get started. Our first sentence says, such problems at the village level reveal a developing weakness in the Lord's ability to govern peasantry. You can see here using brackets, I've swapped out the original Japanese word daimyo with the English equivalent lord to make it more readable. And the next question is, does this need an in-text citation? In this case, this is actually a direct quote from the book. So this is going to need an in-text citation. So the thing to do is before you have your period, before the sentence ends, you're going to do parentheses, and you're going to do the author's last name, which in this case is Nagahara. And then you're going to put the page number, Nagahara 60. Or if you're doing author date, which some formats require, you would have Nagahara and then the date of publication, which in this case is 1981. If you have multiple authors, such as two authors, you would list both authors. If you have more than two authors, you would have the first author's last name and then et al., which is means more so, or sort of etc. All right, our second sentence is, village level problems were a sign of government shortfalls. You can tell that this is similar content to the first sentence, but it's no longer an exact quote of the author. This is what you would call a paraphrase. You're taking someone else's ideas but putting it into your own words. As this is a paraphrase, this is still going to need an in-text citation. So before your period, you want the parenthesis and Nagahara, and then either the page number or the date, depending on your system. All right, our third sentence is, analyzing villages can be useful when looking at the government as a whole. Now, this is still related to the topic we've been talking about, Nagahara's book on feudal Japan, but in this case, this is the author's own words. This is what the writer of the paper has saying. They're making an assertion that analyzing villages is something that can be useful, and this is not actually taking anyone else's information, and so this would not require an in-text citation, as this is the author's own idea. All right, our final sentence says, village level laws and politics during the feudal period. It's not necessarily a large statement, but it mentions a feudal period and it talks about village level laws and politics. Now, nothing here is necessarily anyone's specific idea, but the feudal period is mentioned. Now, the concept of common knowledge basically boils down to, would someone who would be reading your paper know about it? Would your audience know what this is? In the case of writing a paper on feudal Japan, the feudal period is going to be common knowledge because your audience is going to know about it, and this doesn't need a citation. It doesn't, as long as the reader wouldn't need to look up the meaning of anything here, that also doesn't need a citation. All right, so those are 4 sentences. You have a direct quote, which will need an in-text citation. Oftentimes, the author's last name and the page number, or the author's last name and the date. You also have paraphrases of someone else's ideas. That's the second sentence. That too will need an in-text citation, which follows the same format. Our third sentence, which was the author's own ideas, which was your own ideas, will not need an in-text citation, as that's coming directly from you. And the fourth sentence, while not being anyone's specific ideas, references something that's common to the audience that's reading your paper, and that too will not need a citation. All right, and that wraps up learning in-text citations with CAPS. Thank you so much for watching. You can always come see us at the WLC, which is Education Room 208. If you have any questions, we're open 9 to 7, Monday through Thursday. And for additional resources, don't forget to go to caps.unm.edu and make sure to follow us on social media. Thank you.